A Las Vegas area school teacher is accused of forcing a 15-year-old girl to recite a pornographic monologue, and the school covered it up. That's the allegation in a lawsuit brought by the American Center for Law and Justice against the Clark County School District. ACLJ attorney Benjamin Sisney was one of the attorneys filing the complaint. He's here with us now. Tell us, Ben, what happened with the student and the sexually explicit, obscene monologue that she was required to recite before the entire class as a graded assignment?
Well, and that's a key point you just raised. It was a graded assignment. This wasn't some voluntary project or something on the side. This was a teacher in a trusted position of authority, and a teacher that this student particularly liked and trusted, presenting this assignment to this student. It's a graded assignment. Consequences for refusing to perform it, and What was the assignment? Well, I'm not going to read the content of the obscene monologue that this student was made to read on your program. Even if I wanted to, I would fear violating FCC rules. And interestingly enough, the student's mother was shut down at the school board meeting for simply trying to read verbatim what her daughter, a 15-year-old, I emphasize, was given to read as the graded assignment. The mother couldn't even read it at the school board meeting without getting shut down. And by the way, if I could make it sound even worse, that's that the teacher has doubled down defending what she did and blaming the student because she could have said no. I ask you, she could have said no. I mean, you see this kind of behavior. So when you victimize someone and then you blame that person because she could have said no, that's horrendous.
Well, tell me about that, because I know teacher Kelly Hawes, as you said, contends a student could have just objected to reciting this monologue, and that's that obscene story written by another student, by the way, about a lesbian's rejection of a man. So how do you respond to that? Because what was the reason the teacher made this assignment to begin with?
Well, I don't know what the reason the teacher had Well, I suppose the assignment itself of giving students, having them draft monologues, and for the other students in the class to practice, reading or performing a monologue.
And she rewrote them. Didn't she rewrite that? She saw them ahead of time and rewrote them before they were recited?
Yes, she says she edited it ahead of time, so it wasn't as bad as it was initially. But to your other question, I want to remind your viewers that a minor, especially this age of a minor, is legally incapable of consent to sexual activity, being coerced into performing or reading or reciting pornographic or obscene material. A minor cannot legally consent. There's a reason for that. Also, I want to emphasize that there are laws in place in Nevada and around the country that place a heightened obligation on individuals in positions of authority, ranging from clergy to teachers and the like, because recognizing the importance of that trusted position of authority that they have. So when a teacher, and indeed the student, our client in this case, said part of her rationale in going ahead and performing this was, well, I trusted my teacher, and she thinks this was okay. I guess it's okay, and I just have to, just trust her and just go ahead with it.
So, Ben, it's okay to read it in class, for a 15-year-old to read it out loud in class to her fellow students and to the teacher and whoever's present, but not for a parent who is of age to do it publicly at a school board meeting. Then something's wrong there, isn't it?
The twisted irony is it's almost too much to take. I mean, so it's not obscene. We can make a student read this. By the way, this isn't, and not that it justifies anything inherently, but just for context sake, because, for example, the First Amendment can be context specific. Certain things might be okay in one setting, but not another. This was not biology class, right? Where the student was given. This was just acting class. And also the context of where the mother attempted to simply recite that same dialogue was the school board. That is the forum for parents to address issues with the school.
It is a free speech issue. I guess freedom of speech also is a freedom not to say something. So what do you expect is going to happen now? Is it an out-of-court settlement? Is that likely in this free speech case?
They're doubling down. They're defending it. They're basically contending that the school has the right to make a student read something like that for a grade, and that the school board has the right to shut down a parent for attempting to tell them what the school was making her 15-year-old read for a grade, and blaming the student. Again, the victimization is unbelievable. She could have said no. How outrageous is that?
Well, the teacher could have edited that so it wouldn't be an issue. Okay, Ben Sisney, the American Center for Law and Justice, thanks for sharing your perspective and this case with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.